Welcome to the deep dive. Today we are getting into a topic that is, well, it's fascinating, it's complex, and parts of it are frankly pretty shocking. We're talking about non-coital conception, better known as artificial insemination or AI.
Right. And we're looking at how human life can be created by, deliberately introducing sperm into the female reproductive tract without sexual intercourse.
And the sources we have for this deep dive are just incredibly broad.
They really are. We start with very detailed, very clinical medical protocols, the hard science of it.
But then it goes into these profound social and legal questions.
And then it just goes completely off the map into, highly speculative, almost metaphysical theories on creating life. It's a whole journey.
And that journey starts with an absolute ethical firestorm. I mean, the first successful AI was apparently in 1790.
Yeah, with John Hunter.
But the first time a donor was used.
It's just horrifying.
It is. 1884. A professor in Philadelphia named William Pancoast.
He used sperm from his, quote, best-looking student
to inseminate a woman who was under anesthesia.
Without her knowledge, without her consent.
This was only reported, 25 years later?
Exactly. It immediately grounds the whole conversation in these huge questions of consent, of power, of ethics. It's not just a medical technique.
No. So that's our mission today. We're going to move from that deeply troubling history into the practical science.
Look at the key strategies for patients today.
Then explore the legal landmines you have to watch out for. And then finally, we will jump into those unconventional, almost allegorical ideas in the sources. Okay, so let's try and unpack this. Moving away from the horror show of 1884 to how AI actually works today.
Right.
The whole process seems to hinge on just one thing. Precision timing. Is that right?
It's absolutely critical. I mean, the window for fertilization, the chance for success, it can be as little as 12 hours from when the ovum is released.
12 hours. That is an incredibly narrow window.
It is. So all the preparation is about intense monitoring of the woman's cycle, using ovulation kits, ultrasounds, temperature tests, anything to pinpoint that exact moment.
And then there's the sperm itself. There's a huge difference depending on where it comes from, right?
A massive difference. If you're getting it from a licensed sperm bank, that sperm is frozen. It's quarantined.
Quarantined.
Yes. And the donors tested rigorously, both before and after donation, to make sure there are no transmissible diseases.
And if you use a private donor, someone you know.
Well, that sperm is usually supplied fresh. And it is not put through those same clinical quarantine and testing protocols. That's a really crucial safety distinction for people to understand.
Got it. So the sources talk about two main techniques. There's intracervical insemination, or ICI.
And intrauterine insemination, IUI.
Right. And ICI sounds much simpler. You can even do it at home. So why would anyone go through the expense and hassle of IUI at a clinic?
That is the key strategic question, really. ICI is straightforward. It uses raw, unwashed semen placed high in the vagina, near the cervix.
So it mimics natural intercourse.
Exactly. The vagina acts as a natural filter. But IUI requires a major extra step, sperm washing.
Why is that washing step so absolutely vital?
Because for IUI, the sperm is injected with a catheter and it goes directly into the uterus.
Okay.
And if you inject raw semen straight in there, the chemicals it contains, specifically things called prostaglandins, they will cause excruciating, just debilitating uterine cramp.
Wow.
So washing removes all that seminal fluid, it gets rid of those chemicals, and it makes that direct uterine injection possible.
So the hassle of washing the sperm, that leads directly to it being more efficient.
Correct. When you inject washed sperm directly into the uterus, you are completely bypassing the cervical mucus.
Which can slow the sperm down.
It can slow them down. It can even kill them before they ever reach the fallopian tubes. This efficiency is why IUI is the method of choice for so many patients who don't necessarily have infertility issues, like single women or lesbian couples using donor sperm. They just need that physical assist.
So for you listening, trying to figure out how to optimize your chances, what are the key factors that clinical data points to?
Two things, really. First is sperm quality. You need what's called a total motile sperm count, or TMSC, of more than 5 million per milliliter.
That's the benchmark.
That's the benchmark. It's sort of the minimum viable launch crew you need for the mission. And the second, and this is the unyielding factor, is maternal age.
Right.
Women under 30 have the best odds. For women over 40, the benefit of IUI drops off significantly after just one cycle.
That's a harsh reality check. So what do the success rates tell us then?
The biggest insight is that for IUI, it's a numbers game. You're looking at maybe a 15 to 20% success rate per cycle.
That sounds low.
It does, but here's the critical strategy. Commitment. If you commit to 6 cycles of IUI, your chances of success jump into the 60 to 70% bracket.
So it's about patience and persistence.
That's the clinical difference maker right there.
Okay, so moving from the science of the lab to, well, the reality of the family and the chaos of the courtroom, the use of AI has just fundamentally shifted.
It really has.
It started as this solution for infertile heterosexual couples, but now most donor procedures are for women without a male partner.
Right. Lesbian couples, single women. AI is often the most cost-effective path to parenting for many in the LGBTQ plus community.
But it's not cheap.
Oh, not at all. You're looking at maybe $300 to $1,000 per IUI cycle, plus the donor sperm, which can be another $500 to $1,000 per vial.
And the sources say non-heterosexual couples often face, bigger knowledge gaps about the process and the legal risks.
They do, which has led to new medical approaches, things like reciprocal IVF.
Or co-IVF.
Exactly. It's a really powerful social statement in a way. One partner provides the egg, it's fertilized in a lab.
And the other partner carries the pregnancy.
Yes. It ensures both women have a direct biological and physical role in creating their child.
The sources also mention this term for trans men who carry a pregnancy. They're called seahorse dads. That term in itself is just incredibly telling, isn't it? It signals this massive cultural shift. We're having to redefine what parent, father, or mother even means.
And law has been slow to catch up.
I was just stunned to read that AI was considered adultery.
Adultery and illegal in the U.S. until the 1960s.
So what changed?
It wasn't really until the Uniform Parentage Act in 1973 that the legitimacy of children born via AI was properly established.
So the biggest legal takeaway for you, the listener, has to be about how the paperwork protects or exposes your parental rights.
This is absolutely essential.
What's the critical difference when it comes to paternity claims?
It all comes down to the donor and the venue. If the mother is married and uses an anonymous donor through a licensed clinic,
Okay.
the law generally presumes her husband is the father. The donor has no claim, specifically because a licensed physician was involved. It's a safe legal harbor.
But what if they try to save some money and use a private known donor?
That is the minefield. If you use a known donor, especially if you're unmarried or you don't follow state laws to the letter, courts have been inconsistent.
Oh, so?
They have at times found that written agreements where the donor signed away parental rights are simply unenforceable.
You're kidding.
Which means that known donor could later be asked to pay child support or even sue for parental rights. The legal side has to be absolutely watertight.
Wow. Okay, let's pivot for one last detail here. The sources make a surprising link between vaginismus, the persistent difficulty in penetration, and fertility issues.
It is a sad irony, isn't it? The clinical difficulty leads to subfertility.
But it also leads to this fascinating, though extremely rare phenomenon. The sources call it splash pregnancy.
It's remarkable. These are isolated cases where no actual penetration happened, but ejaculation near the exterior of the vagina provided just enough propulsion for a few highly motile sperm to make it.
That allow conception.
Exactly. It's just this incredible testament to the persistence of natural conception, even when there are huge physical barriers.
So we have covered the established science, the legal protections, the realities of modern family building, and now we get to step completely out of that scientific realm.
And into the speculative appendices of these sources, the philosophical inquiries.
But before we go there, we have to address this high anxiety scenario that probably drives millions of online searches.
Yes, the anxiety over accidental pregnancy from, Precum on a finger or semen on a dry surface. We need a reality check.
Please, give us the ground truth.
Sperm are fragile. They need a warm, wet, protective environment to survive.
Okay.
So outside the body, sperm die once the semen has dried. On skin, on clothing, anywhere. Their survival is measured in seconds, maybe a few hours at the absolute best.
Whereas inside the female body,
a completely different story. Protected by cervical mucus, healthy sperm can live for up to a week. The outside world is just too hostile for them.
That distinction, minutes outside versus a week inside, that is the core takeaway.
It is.
So with that grounded knowledge, let's look at these pure procreation concepts. And the sources are clear. These are speculative models for reflection only.
Not conventional science, yes.
And we start with Indian folklore, the peacock's tear.
This is pure allegory. The folklore says a peahen becomes pregnant just by ingesting a peacock's tears.
Because the tears are believed to contain its vital essence.
Right. It symbolizes a divine purity in conception, totally removed from the physical act, which aligns with the symbolism around Lord Krishna, who wears the peacock feather.
So it's about a non-physical transfer, but then the sources try to link these ideas to physics, proposing airborne sperm.
This is a highly speculative intellectual exercise. The idea is that maybe modal sperm could enter the atmosphere through the lungs or tear ducts and spread like pollen.
How do they even begin to justify that?
Well, they use a physics analogy. They calculate that because sperm are microscopic, their terminal velocity of the air would be exceedingly small.
Meaning they could just hang in the air.
Theoretically, yes. They could remain suspended in still air for a long time, like fine dust, making fertilization through inhalation or, say, ocular absorption a possibility, in theory.
It is a fascinating thought experiment. It definitely fulfills the promise of looking beyond conventional biology. And then finally, there's the loveful eyes theory.
This is moving into the purely spiritual. It's about emotions and inner unity.
How so?
It proposes that procreative elements can be conveyed through tear-filled gazes between two deeply bonded people. The idea is that this profound emotional connection creates a vibrational resonance that allows the life essence to be transferred, leading conception without any physical contact at all.
Yeah.
So I've taken you on a huge journey today, from the horrifying ethical lapse of that first donor case in 1884, through the strategic use of sperm banks starting in the 50s, all the way to speculating if procreative essence could be absorbed through the eyes.
It's a massive range.
It is. But the sources remind us that AI, no matter the method, is fundamentally about taking something that's improbable or even impossible due to biology or social circumstances and making it possible.
And it just highlights the complexity of life's origin and how this field is constantly evolving, whether that's driven by clinical need, social progress for the LGBTQ plus community, or
philosophical speculation about what creation even is.
Exactly.
Historically, so many conceptions are portrayed as pure or miraculous. Think about figures like Christ or Alexander the Great.
Right. It's a way to signify that the person belongs to a higher cosmic order, something beyond just routine biology.
And modern AI gives us this unprecedented level of control over that biology.
Which raises, I think, a really important question for you, the listener, to think about. In a world where we can increasingly design the mechanics of conception, from optimizing IUI timing to maybe one day creating lab-grown gametes, does the intention, does the purity of the parent's desire ever matter more than the physical mechanics like some of these speculative sources suggest?
What new role does that focused desire, that intentionality, play in creating modern life?